Okay, guys, you guys want my honest opinion about QTTB. I'm going to make this quick and simple here. And you're going to see this a lot here. The good things that I'll give you guys the pros and the cons, and this looks a lot like a lot of the biotechs I've seen, like Sava, there was one other. And you'll see a lot of the times here, even like the big caps, like APLS. Like I traded this way back, and I'll show you guys what happens when biotechs have bad news, right? You see this right here. This one went from, close to upper 90s, $80 area here, and then this big drop happened, right? You have this big, and then people are like, oh, dead cat bouncing, right? It went down 37 from 20, and you can see how it keeps going all the way down to $20. And how did I make tons and tons of money on this one? I will show you guys exactly the same reason how to trade all these big caps down. So, I mean, yes, you can get lucky with a dead cat bounce, but it is simply that. If it was going to do a dead cat bounce, judging based on how it do it, usually you have your big bounce here, and then you go down. You can have your dead cat bounce on this day, which is 12/12. The safer route is to wait for 12/13. So today is 12/12, December 12th. December 13th, if you don't get a dead cat bounce, then you most likely are not going to get it. I see it all the time where first big candle down, the little dead cat bounce or whatever, and then if you don't get it here, I like to play it usually here, but I'm not going to do it because I see much better setups. But on 12/12 at this day, you'll probably get your dead cat. So there's a lot of things going in. A lot of people in my chat. If you're in my Discord, there's one guy that's really good at finding like the cash per value here. I mean, we're well under the share price of what they have on cash on hand. So I mean, it's but I just like to look at it as based on what the algos are going to do. So we just left this EMA 5 and 10 here, right? We have 2 daily candles of not touching the EMA 5. When I made a video, it was before this even candle happened, and I really thought we're going to get like an ATR 6, right? And that's why I said I need to see what this daily candle looks like. And this is not like an extreme. I've seen some candles go way under here to a 6. And when I mean like ATRs, go to your Keltner channels, go to your multiplier, and you can see if you increase the multiplier, we are not even at an ATR 5. If you go to a 6, this is not it. So when I'm looking at this multiplier, I'd be like, okay, we're not at a 5, we're like in between a 5 and a 4. And that's just basically your average true range. But you can't base your trades just based on that. So when I look at QTTB, the first thing I notice is, yeah, it's a biotech and medical research. One bad drug causes the whole thing to plummet, right? But I do think on December 13th, you get your dead cat bounce. Today is Thursday, so on Friday, I think you get it. But what I'm more looking towards on what this should do is, I think I'm going to treat it like how I usually do it. On a big drop, give it about 7 daily candles of not touching the EMA 5. Since it did gap down, it could take longer. And I could show you time and time of why it's important to wait. I've seen this company right here. This was one of the worst things I've seen. You see how you had this big drop here? This one did not give anything. Maybe, just, I guess you can count that. And that's why the thing, it's hard to see what is going to count as a dead cat bounce. That was only a 3%. Well, of course, this is a bigger cap stock. It cost $90. And you can see how it kept going down and down. But eventually, you revert to those means, right? And that's what I'm kind of getting at here with, if we get this type of pattern here. We want the reversion to the mean. We're trying to get the safest route. We know to the EMA 5 to this area here is a 214% gain. It's most likely not going to do that. If you see an outrageous amount, yeah, it gets you hyped up. You're like, yeah, if we touch the EMA 5, we make 200% gains. Very rarely do I ever see it just boom, boom, hit this and go up. Now, the times it is going to hit is when I made a video. If you watch my YouTube channels, you want the times that they do hit the EMA 5 faster is when it's not a gap down. You look at Go, one of the highest movers today. Why did it hit the 5 and the 10 and just shoot down? It's because it was gradual. They were due for those touches here, right? As you can see, we didn't touch the 10 since 11/14. Anything that don't touch the 10 in 1 month is long. And you can see how we just swiftly touch it, and that's all algos working. And of course, you want to get the heck out of this trade and not keep holding it. So I'll do a comment on that, but this is how I'm thinking about this. Since you have a gap down, it takes longer to touch the EMA 5. So don't get overhyped about the EMA 5 because this is going to gap down more and more. We went from $18 here on the EMA 5 to $13. So it's going to get rapid in the beginning, then it's going to start slowing down as price gets close to where the algos want it, because EMA is going to, all indicators lag, and then when we get to the right price, then it'll show us what it's going to be. On the KDJ, on the K is 13.09. I would definitely want to see under 10. Like I said, I'm going to play this a safe route. The one thing I don't like about this is, if you look at the previous volume, there was like nothing, right? I try to look at companies that had, you know, relatively decent volume. This one had like nothing, 200,000, 100, some days 80,000. Of course, they now have volume because they have more attention because the price went down. And it's on the biggest loser list. On the screeners where people, you know, a lot of retail traders see it go down 75% and they'll just buy it right here or, you know, somewhere in this region and they see it go even down more. And, but, you know, you're just getting wrecked here as you're like, your portfolio gets crushed and you're literally now praying for a dead cat bounce. If you're going to do the dead cat bounce, you try to play it, you know, right here. You know, you get, remember here, you get the first big move down, let the sellers win. Let them have one more day and then you can play it. But like I said, it's risky though. You don't have to get the dead cat. And the dead cat bounce, you don't know how long big it's going to be. It could be 5%. It could be up to 50, 100%. You know, it's all up for grabs there. But I'm going to give this 7 daily candles. I want to see where this EMA 5's at. Let me see if it's a reasonable target. We are in the buy zone. We're at this lower Keltner channel, so that's good to see that we are in a buy zone. I do think, you know, with this share price, yes, I do think, you know, their cash on hand is more than what this should be. You know, they should be able to get a nice move up here. You can see also like some analysts cut their targets from 64 and now it's to 22. So, I mean, yeah, 22 anybody would take. People would take, you know, $8 at this point. So you can see a lot of people cut the even Wells Fargo. That's even good to see. Wells Fargo commented on this. They said equal weight target price to 16 from 95. So and that's the thing with biotechs, that, you know, these things can change literally at any moment. But when I look at these things, it makes me wonder, like, yeah, it had no volume before. And so these are literally really hard ones to trade. I also like to see, have we ever did a reverse split? We did do one for 18 right here. So they are reluctant to do that. And I hate when companies do that. But this is definitely in a downtrend because the EMAs are all down, of course. Even on the weekly, there's nothing. So you kind of want to get in and out of this until it makes an uptrend. So I hope you guys like this analysis. If you guys want to join the premium Discord, click the link down below in the YouTube comments below, and in the description will say join the premium Discord for my alerts and system, and it'll go take you to this free chat landing page right here. When you do click that link, and what you want to do if you want to become a member and get my entries and access to my swing trades, day trades, and the education, which is the most important, just hit day trade alerts, and that will give you access to the swing trades and day trades. If you just want swing trades, just hit swing trade alerts, and that'll give you access to just swing trades. And if you look at the server shop, you can see the pricing. If you are more of a swing trading guy, it's $6 a month. If you want access to both, well, I mean, it's just $6 more for $12 total, and you get access to both. I will say swing trading, I think I have this really down to a science here, where you're doing higher time frames. And I think I really like the trend reversal, where you're looking like you're very patient, right? It's either you look for trend reversals where you look for the price to come back to the reversion of the mean, which how we're going to play QTTB on the when I get the time distance I need, or you play with the trend. So there's two types of ways to play this, and it gives me just more alerts to do. So there's always going to be a play to do. I just learn the videos, study it, watch all the education, watch, you know, keep watching my YouTube videos when I post them. The more repetition, you'll be like, yeah, you know, every stock we see. Like, I posted a video about Sava, which is relative to this. They did the same thing, right? Just posted it. You see how Sava had a big move down, right? Big, massive move down. Everyone was buying this. And guess what? It kept going down and down and down and down. This one right here was your big move down. They had the next big move here. And guess what? Sava only had this as the dead cat bounce. It only went up, you know, roughly 13%. That was your dead cat bounce. And guess what? It goes down. And that's what I'm predicting with QTTB. We don't know how big it's going to be, but same pattern. Big move down, next move down, and then dead cat bounce. It's the safest. It could be big move down, then dead cat bounce, but it's either of those two patterns I see. But it's just not, to me, it's just too risky. I'd rather just wait for a situation like this. And this is what I think QTB does, where it goes down, 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 and then we strike at it. Now that the sellers are wearing out, there's EMA 5 time distance and all that. So that's how I'm looking to play this. Same scenario for Sava. So if you guys didn't watch that video, watch the prior video. And if you guys want to join the Discord, I hope you guys do take the time. I think you guys are going to learn a lot. It's very cheap, affordable, and I spent a lot of time looking for stocks that I think are the best setup. If you guys like this video, give a like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you in the Discord.